Naam, wanasema mwanamke upambe, mavazi, shanga, bangili, vipuli, hereni. Wanaopenda vya thamani na kuna wale ambao wanapenda vya thamani si kwa mawe au mawe yenye thamani, lakini kwa shanga au vile vile ukipenda dhahabu na vinginevyo. Je, ushakutana na kina dada ama kina mama ambao wako mstari wa mbele kutengeza kwamba ama kuhakikisha kwamba wasichana ama wanawake wanakuwa warembo haswa kupitia shanga au mawe ya thamani kutengeneza mikufu, vipuli au bangili? Niko naye basi Bi Nafisa Reani. Karibu.
Asante.
Naam. Nafisa, talk to us about your collection. What is it called?
So my collection is, the brand is called Honeycomb Jewellery, and it was born from a dream that I had, and to be honest, I can't believe that it has materialized into what it has. I discovered my passion for beading jewelry a little by accident, and I really do feel like I've found my calling, and it's something that I put a lot of passion into. Each piece is inspired by a different story. No two pieces are alike. And with each piece, you get to know a little bit about me, about my views towards life, about memories that I have, things that inspire me. Everything goes into that creativity for each of my pieces.
Okay, you're wearing one of your pieces.
I am, yes.
Yeah, tell us the story about it. It's so beautiful.
Thank you. So this one was inspired by the beautiful sari that my mother wore on her wedding day. It was a white, beautiful silk sari with silver embroidery and sequins on it. And as I was growing up, a little girl, I would go into her bedroom and I would pull out the sari and I would put it on and I would slip my little feet into her sandals and pretend like it was my wedding day.
Yeah.
And it was something I kind of always dreamed about. And I was so gutted as a young adult to find out that she had given it away. And, I'd always hoped that maybe one day I would be able to wear it at my own wedding. That hasn't happened yet, so.
With time.
Yeah, with time. Yes.
Okay, so what inspires you to build such pieces, like from your neck pieces to earrings to bracelets? What's the inspiration?
So for me, I think that because each piece goes along with a meaningful story, it's about the stories that I want to tell. It isn't really only about aesthetics. It's about, creating something that someone would be proud to wear because they understand the story from where it came. And I think, as I age, what I'm looking for and what I'm craving is more meaningful connections between people. And the jewelry just lets me do that. So whilst it's a business, there's a lot more meaning behind it than that. And it's that fuels this drive to build a brand.
Has it been easy for you to create, sell, showcase your products in the Kenyan market?
I will say that I've had my challenges. But there's something that is beautifully, divinely guided about it. And I just feel like with every obstacle, I have found the strength to overcome. And I understand also the reasons for those obstacles because they've provided learning. And I continue to be motivated to continue on in spite of even the current situation with COVID. So it hasn't been all easy, but I think they're all learnings that I've been able to gain from.
How have you managed actually to survive and still showcase your collections and make your business thrive during COVID-19? Like, which is your new normal?
Right.
When it comes to running your business.
Right. So I think the thing is, for the first few months, in fact, for the first 2 months, I just completely felt deflated. I was sitting there, I wasn't able to come up with any new designs. I thought it was the end of honeycomb for me. And then I started to realize that all I needed to do was think about things a little bit differently, and that people still wanted to purchase, people still wanted to own, people still wanted to hear the stories, but I was going to have to find a different way to do it, and it may not be personal one-on-ones. And so, you know, I have embraced the digital space.
Yes.
And I am now working online. I have a website. I'm very strong on social media.
Yeah.
I tell my story on social media. And I think, you know, pivoting in that way has enabled me to reinvent myself and my business so that I can work in this period.
So you've decided to do more on social media platforms.
Yes.
What are the lessons there? Like, what have you learned? Like, is it as easy as just the same way? You know, like I walked in like, whoa, I love your collection. Can I try it on and all that? But with the social media platform, it's different. So what are the lessons? What are the take homes?
So the thing is, you know, I mean, when you're looking at a two-dimensional image, you don't know, you can't get to touch and feel and understand what, you know, like how the piece moves, for example. And so, you know, I've had to even modify further and take little video clips so that you can see the light that catches the piece.
Yes.
You can see, you know, add a little more description so that people understand what the weight is, what the stones are, you know. And so it isn't just as simple as taking a photo of the piece and posting it on social media and expecting that it will sell.
Yeah.
I have to work a lot harder to, you know, to convey that message and to get the sales.
Okay. The biggest challenge you guys in your field, like they're not original.
Right.
They end up picking pieces from other places. How do you keep your pieces original? You say I can identify there's a honeycomb piece. What's that it thing?
Right.
Yeah.
So, you know, the thing for me that's so important is to stay authentic. Like I said, every single piece that I make is something that, you know, it's a personal story, it's a personal memory, it's a personal reason that I made that piece. And so it isn't copied. I can try and force that, but it will not feel good for me.
Yeah.
And I've really kind of pushed myself to be as authentic as possible, which means I'm also quite vulnerable. You know, that means that people get to know a very personal side of me through my jewelry, and I'm okay with that.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's the lesson to women out there or young guys who are trying to venture into such businesses?
You know, I think that people don't trust their gut enough. And there's always going to be reasons why you shouldn't start now, or maybe you're scared or whatever it is. You just have to have a little bit of courage. It's never going to feel like the right time. Just start. Start in whatever small way you can, because every journey starts with that first step. And so that would be my strongest piece of advice. Just start.
Have you ever felt like giving up, quitting, not waking up to go to work? Or you feel it's too much?
You know, I think I love it so much that I've never felt that. I love it so very much. I think that when I thought maybe that the business wouldn't work, it may have meant that I may not have continued with the business sense, but I wouldn't have stopped the jewelry. It's just something I'm really passionate about.
Okay. So where do we find your products? Where do we find you?
So I have a website. It's www.honeycomb.love. And I'm at Honeycomb Jewelry on social media as well. And, you know, every so often I'll have a little private gathering where I can showcase my...
Yeah, like today.
Like today, where I can showcase my jewelry. And so, yeah.
What makes you happy though? Like your happiest moments?
Meaningful connections with people. Yeah.
Okay. Wow. Na mmemsikia Bi Nafisa mwenyewe akiwaambia kuwa na bidii, jitolee na usichoke. Umuhimu ni kuanza, kwani safari ndefu huanza na hatua moja, na ukijiamini bila shaka utakwenda mbali. Ni hayo tu kwa sasa, hadi wakati ujao. Bye bye.